All right, welcome to the first ever Vibe Coding 101. It's going to be super fun. We're all going to build an app together, and I'm going to show you guys the process that I use that has worked for me. Is it the best process out there, the only way to do it? No. There's probably multiple ways to do it, but this is what's worked really, really well for me. And I'm only going to be refining it and making it better as time goes on, and AI keeps evolving and changing and that kind of thing. But I'm going to show you guys the basics, explain what vibe coding is, show you how to actually build the foundational prompt, what platforms to use, get the app started where you have a user experience and you can kind of see the user interface, and explain like the basic fundamental pieces that are needed to create software, to create a successful app or a SaaS or even just simple Chrome extension. You can do all of these things with AI. And it's pretty mind blowing, pretty crazy. It's a revolution of no code because people that have all these ideas and ambitions and business concepts are finally able to build software without having to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to developers. The learning curve has shortened dramatically. And now we have an opportunity, maybe an arbitrage opportunity or just a creative opportunity to build our own app softwares, whether it's internal for our business or whether it's for another company or whatever you want to do. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of creative ways to make some money, but also have a lot of fun building stuff. So let's dive into it. Let's go to the next screen here. So vibe coding, what is it? Here's my definition. Vibe coding is an approach to software development that uses AI to generate code based on natural language, English for us, for most of us watching, provided by the user. This method allows even those without extensive programming knowledge, which is me. I don't know a lick of code. I know zero code. And I've already built like 5, 6 different things. And those without extensive programming knowledge to create software applications. So the vibe coding term, it came from actually one of the founders of OpenAI, because he's a developer, he knows how to code, and he loves the fact that you could just tell the AI what to do, sit back and vibe and watch it code it for you. Uh, and it's kind of mind blowing, a little bit scary, but really cool at the same time. So that's what vibe coding is, and it's like a official, unofficial term. But if you search YouTube vibe coding, you're going to find a lot of videos that have people doing what I'm talking about. Rick Rubin, he was a famous musician, producer, music producer. He's like known for like producing Red Hot Chili Peppers, big bands like that. Jay-Z, a few others. But he said vibe coding is like the punk rock of coding because it's just disruptive. It's like disrupting music and disrupting coding. People that just are creative can come in here and build some really cool shit. And that's what we're going to do today. So this is the first ever workshop, and there's many more to come. So I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday is the plan, and it'll evolve over time. If you haven't joined the group yet, go ahead and join the group. And I'll show you what that group is later, itlnocode.com. But just a couple photos of who I am. Run through this really quickly, then we'll just get to creating because I don't want to bore you guys. I tried to launch an app when I was 25 years old, back, 9 years ago, and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to a developer, and we got a half-baked version. The tech was always the issue. It never came out the way I wanted it to. It cost a lot of money. We had to raise money from investors, which was a headache. But we learned a lot. It was fun while it lasted. We traveled the whole country promoting it, and it was super fun. But I never built an app since then because I didn't want to raise all that money and go through that headache. And then so we decided to white label software and sell it that way, which was a lot easier than try to build it from scratch. And this is me with my partner and the owners of High Level. We built and sold a SaaS company this year. We had it for 4 years. And that was for the insurance industry. And then here's me hosting a quick little in-person impromptu vibe code session at the AI Learning Center in Scottsdale, Arizona, and a couple extra photos of me. I used to host Ideas to Life workshops, helping people bring their business ideas to life. Now I've evolved it into no code creators, where I'm honing in on vibe coding, software creation, helping people bring their software ideas to life. So, you guys ready to start vibing and creating? Yes, no, give me a thumbs up somewhere in the,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So I vibe coded this. You guys are the first to ever use it. It's a website called itlworkshop.com. I'm going to actually put it in the chat so you guys can save this. And we might have you guys individually use this at the end, but I'll put it in the chat. But we're going to all do this together right now. What this website does literally took me like 2 days to vibe code, by the way. This whole website, all these buttons, all the inputs, super simple, but effective. And what this is just a guide for workshops just like this for you guys to get all the fundamentals, all the links you need, everything to get your app created and get it off the ground. So you can know nothing about code, nothing about vibe coding, and this is the place to go. I'm going to keep making it better and innovating it. But for now, it's pretty simple. Your idea, your app, no code. The no code revolution starts here. So the quick links is bolt.new, Supabase, AI Surfer, GitHub. The top four are stuff you need if you want to vibe code. This one, not necessarily, but it's highly recommended. It's an AI mastermind that I'm a part of and I've been a part of for the last 2 years that my friend started. But Bolt.new, Supabase, and GitHub are key for vibe coding. And Bolt.new, what that is a really simple IDE. Basically, it's a container that contains all your code, everything you're trying to accomplish and create, and remembers it all. So every time you talk to it, it knows what you're trying to do, and it pieces all the code together. So you don't have to like go to Chat GPT, get some piece of code, and then ask for another piece of code and Frankenstein all your code together and try to build something. This does it all in one container. Uh, there's a lot of different websites you can go to. I have a whole list in the group if you want to try different ones. But from my experience, Bolt seems to be the most user-friendly, best one to start with for a brand new vibe coder. I also use Tempo Labs, a little bit more advanced, but I like this one as well because it can do a little bit more than Bolt can do. But either one's a good place to start. What's up, John? You raised your hand.
I was going to ask, what would you say is the big differences or benefits, pros, cons between this and Tempo?
Yeah. So with Bolt, what I've noticed, for example, if I give it a website, I'm like, hey, replicate this website. I've done that once and it couldn't do that. It couldn't go and look at the website. It was like, it was asking me to upload screenshots. But if I do that to Tempo, it seems to be able to do that. It can be like, okay, I just reviewed your website and now I can do that. Um, Tempo, it does a little bit more where it gives you kind of like a PRD. It's got an app store for MCPs, so you can connect things a little easier. It seems to be more production ready, where it connects right to Vercel. You can produce and create production level apps. But Bolt, I created this on Bolt, right? And this is a super simple. So like if you're doing like a fairly simple project, you can get away with doing it on Bolt. It's a little bit more user friendly. Tempo Labs can be maybe less user friendly. So it just depends on your preferences and what you're trying to create. I don't really think there's one that's tops every single one. They all have their pros and cons. It depends on like how technical you want to get. If you want to get super technical, start with like Cursor because it's a lot more advanced. It's kind of like how I'd compare using Canva to create a photo versus using Photoshop. Like they're
Mm.
both good at creating like your own designs, but Photoshop, you can get a lot more technical, a lot more granular with what you are able to do. And that's the difference between using Cursor or using Bolt. So,
So,
yeah,
like, which one would be cheaper to use? Are they about the same?
about the same, roughly the same, give or take $5 to $10. But yeah, Cursor you download on your computer. Bolt it runs on a web. It's web based. So for a new person, if you don't want to sit there and install something on your computer, and then you actually have to use the command section on cursor, and it's a little bit, it's just more advanced, but you can start wherever you want to start, depending how technical you are. But for the sake of this workshop, I recommend Bolt. So that's what we're going to start with. That's what we're going to build on today. And Supabase, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but it's basically a database. And it looks like this is the website where you store all your information, right? Like if you build an app and people are inputting data into it, it has to store somewhere, like a hard drive stores information. A database stores that on the internet. It's like web-based hard drive. And what it does is it uh, stores everything from like user logins, right? So user authentication, their email, their password, their login, when they logged in, when they created their account. It can store photos, it can store videos, it can store just basic data that you want to implement in your app. If you're making a cooking app, maybe you want to store some recipes, right? Okay, you need to store it somewhere. That's what Supabase is great for. Uh, and it's nice having it separate from the IDE just because it's more advanced. There are some IDEs out there, it's hard to say, IDE, that have built-in databases, so you don't have to worry about like connecting Supabase and stuff. But I think gives you more flexibility if you can have Supabase. So like I think it's Replit. They have an internal database, and Lovable's coming out with one. But I like having it separate. It's more advanced. There's more stuff I can do versus having it internal. But just again, it depends on your project. What are you trying to create? What do you want to build? Are you build the next Uber app, which is a project that'll take you a long time, or are you building like a simple calculator app that takes like 1 hour?
What did you use to build your Chrome extension?
I used actually Bolt to build this Chrome extension, and I used Cursor to build this one. So
Ah, okay.
Bolt did it faster. So yeah, I've used two different ones to build two different things, just experimenting. Cool. So here we go. We got the itlworkshop.com. I explained Supabase. We'll get into it more later. We got Bolt, which is your IDE. GitHub, this is important. I'll pull up GitHub. This is basically where you store all your code. So you want to have a GitHub account. You can log into a lot of stuff with GitHub. It's been around forever, since before vibe coding. Just most developers use this. And you can store all your projects in what they call repositories. So if I pull up a repository, it just has all my code stored and organized. And I can share my code with people if I want. I could download it, save it onto my computer. I can make it private. I can make it public. If I want it to be open source, I can make it public. If I want to hire a developer, like, hey, dude, I got this far with my project. I completed 90% of it. You finish out the final 10%, get us across the finish line. Here's my code, whatever, right? So it stores all your code, and you can actually send your code from Bolt right into GitHub. So this is what I was working on earlier, actually. I'll show you guys this in a second, but there's integrations here, and I can just boom, send it right to GitHub, or connect my Supabase, or add Stripe, and that's for payments. So I can charge money for my app or my website. So GitHub's important to have, and it's called committing. So you can commit to Git. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but that's what it is. You're committing your code to GitHub, and you do that internally with Bolt. So that way you can save your coding. Let's say Bolt disappears tomorrow, you don't lose all your code. Like you have it saved. So then you can take
You
it.
also get backups, like snapshots of your code, so you can roll back.
Yeah, that too. Like if you screw something up when you're trying, which it will happen, you can get a backup version of your software. So that way you can like try again. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to commit it to GitHub. And You'll learn how to do that. Now, a couple other things. I'll just really briefly talk about it. AI Surfer. If you haven't checked this out, this is the homie Dallas. He went from 0 to 1 million followers in the last 2 years. One of my best friends, and he's got a ton of investors in his company. He's probably the #1 AI person out there to learn everything AI. They have tons of training and videos, and more than just vibe coding. It's like literally everything AI. So if you're trying to like, hey, I need to learn AI, I need to learn fast. This is what I would recommend as a good source. There's a lot of cool stuff it comes with. They're way undercharging. I told him he should be charging double what he's charging, but it's $97 a month. So if you are interested in learning more AI stuff, check out AI Surfer. And then here's my community. If you're not in there already, I think most of you guys are. I don't know who iPhone is that's on this call right now, but hop into itlnocode.com, introduce yourself. I'm going to be posting stuff. I just posted this, if you guys saw, my ever-growing list of all the IDEs that you could try. So maybe hop in the group and you get access to it.
Nice.
So I'll be posting more stuff. You can collaborate with people. We're going to make this like the #1 vibe coding group in the world, or at least that most people know about. Maybe not in the world, but we'll see. Cool. So let's go back here. So this workshop, what we're going to do is we're all going to create something together. I know some people on here have created vibe coding, some apps already, but it's really fun to do this together is what I did in person. And we're gonna see what we come up with. And some of you in the group have never done this before. It's completely new to you, and you're prepared to be mind blown of what AI can do and how fast it can do it. So this is like a framework I've created to get started on your foundational prompt and get the cleanest version of your app started. Just like any foundation in a relationship, foundation in a building, foundation in an app is just as important because everything's going to be built upon this. So you want it to be solid. You want it to be clear on what you want. And AI is only as good as your input. The output's only going to be as good as your input. So what's important is to clarify what you want to create. And this is built to kind of help you do that. So what it's going to do is we're going to fill out each of these sections all together. And then it's going to generate a prompt and we're going to paste it into Bolt and see what we come up with and build an app together live. And then I might have you guys do an individual thing at the end here. But for now, this will be super fun. We made a really funny app last time, but I'm not going to get into it. It just came out really funny. So I'm hoping this one comes out just as funny with this virtual workshop we're doing. So I want you guys all to be engaged, chime in. Don't be nervous or shy. Unmute yourself if you have an idea, share it. I want this to be like a collective app we all create together. And I want it to be something simple. Let's not get too crazy and complicated. You know, let's make something simple that could be a viable product. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It doesn't really matter. We're just here to learn. But something super simple that maybe it's a swipe app. Maybe it's something that, I don't know, helps you, like a food randomizer where you press a button and it tells you what to eat. Maybe it's, I don't know, something simple. Just, I like the idea of doing like pushing a button and then it randomizes something. Maybe we do something like that. But I'll open it up. Any ideas at all for what kind of app we should create? And then we'll kind of break down what that each step here, what that might look like. But let's have some fun here. So any ideas at all? Go ahead, unmute or.
Zach, when you say pushes a button and randomizes something, what do you mean by that?
So maybe, for example, I'm thinking of an app idea, right? I don't know what to eat tonight. Create an app that I press a button and it tells me what to eat.
Okay.
You know, like maybe that's the app. Maybe we build that. I don't know. But if you guys have a better idea or something,
if you want to like this aspect, if you want to build something like that, maybe you're up north, you're in the White Mountains, or you're in Sedona, and you want an app to kind of help you pick a hiking trail.
Sure, it'd be hiking. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I like that idea.
How about app name generator? It's just to help you name your apps.
Oh yeah, just pick some random app name.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
what if it was based off of like SEO search, like app name generator SEO, and it kind of like goes to Google Trends and it goes, okay, this is you'd probably get the most action on your app if it was named this in this category.
Yeah.
It has a little bit more utility to it. Could be that. Okay, so we have a couple ideas on the board. App name generator.
Is there a way to like make a generating app to help you rank higher in like the SEO, maybe on like ChatGPT? Because like when you know, like for instance, with the ranking on ChatGPT, it just gives you specific links to people's page. Like, is there a way to maybe make an app to help you, you know, get listed higher on ChatGPT or even get listed on there in general?
That's a whole new industry that's evolving right now. It used to be SEO. Now they've reframed it to something else. And it's a whole other new industry actually of people are going to want that. They're going to want to be found on ChatGPT. So people are paying actually hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their company listed on ChatGPT and find ways to do that. So yeah, there's a lot of companies, agencies working on that, but there could be like for a business could be like, oh, if I can go on this and it helps me get ranked, that'd be cool. That sounds like a great idea. So write that one down. I want to do something a little bit more simple for
Okay.
this workshop, but that's a great idea. Okay, let's go with the trail idea because that's super simple. I like that. So like if I'm at a certain, it finds my location and then it recommends a random trail. Maybe and then I have to go hike it. And maybe I can put the distance and that's it. I could just put like how much the max distance and then that's it. And then this is our super simple app that we're all going to create together. And maybe it says something funny if you have a really long hike or something. I don't know. Let's get creative with it. So what should we call this?
Indecisive hiker.
Okay. Yeah. Decisive. I don't know how to spell, so hopefully that's right. Hey, feel free, guys. Kelly, Kevin, iPhone, chime in if you have ideas. Don't be shy. I want everyone to collaborate here. All right, indecisive hiker. Any other name ideas for this?
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. That's pretty cool. Okay. Lost hiker. Well, why don't we do this? So let's go to chat. Give me 10 different names for my new app. And let's see what we come up with. Whichever one's the funniest. Roam radar, trail toss. Kind of like trail toss. Hike dice, which way? Yonder app, step mood.
Like Roam Radar, that's kind of cool.
I like trail toss, kind of simple, but whatever. Hike me maybe. Trail and air. Uphill both ways. I like hike me maybe because you're just like, all right, yeah, it's kind of funny. Let's
I
go with
like hike me maybe too.
all right, cool. We're gonna do that. So the app, what does it do? Helps
You're gonna
indecisive hikers
pick a trail they want to hike after it knows your location.
based on their location. Okay, cool. That's what it does. Target audience, outdoor adventure type people. Maybe
Fitness guru or not gurus.
fitness
Into fitness
and health people. Outdoor adventure, fitness and health.
Fat people.
Fat people. Well, that'd be people into fitness and health or need to be.
Need to be. I would say fat people just to make it funny.
Okay, fat people. It's a team effort. All right, main features. There's a big green button where you press it and it has a animation of a spinning wheel that picks a random local hiking trail. And you have 24 hours to go hike it. Then you get points. I don't know. Any other ideas?
I would do it based on distance too, because I always pick like how far the hike is and how if it's like easy, medium, hard. When I'm
Have an
using
option
this
for a
app,
filter for distance, and
Can you do like where in case they don't want to hike that trail, they could respin maybe?
okay, they can respin if they don't want to hike that trail. Okay, and if they spin more than 3 times, it makes fun of them. That'll be, we'll see what AI comes up with on that. Cool. And then design notes. I'm thinking like we want it white, green, maybe black. Simple, clean user interface. Anything else for design notes?
That looks good. Monetization strategy. How would that make money?
Creates a list of, maybe creates a list of, no, you know what? Puts a photo and name / details of trail right below it. Wheel, for the wheel. And allows the user to get more info on the trail it picked. Cool. Any other ideas for design notes? I mean, I think that's pretty simple, pretty good.
Animations, you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
Include lots of obnoxious animations.
Obnoxious animations.
Just like over the top animations.
Include, I'll just say include animations. Because I kind of, what if this ends up being like a legit thing? Include
Ads.
animations.
This is something people deal with all the time when you go hiking. You know, it's like, especially if you're staying in a place where there's trails and you're not from that area. And if you're already an indecisive person, this kind of just already helps your brain figure out where you're going to go.
Yeah. Just like, all right, cool. Let's hike this one, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Monetization strategy, free to use with
I would
ads.
say, yeah, with ads. Yeah. No one's going to want to use it.
No one's going to pay for it. No one's going to
Yeah.
actually pay for it. Okay, cool. So on itlworkshop.com, you guys can create a free account on this as well. And then you can use this as like your launch pad for all your ideas. But you make sure you click save new idea first. And I have to fix it, but right now you have to refresh it. And then you go down here, hike me maybe. If I hit edit, it's going to bring your idea back. And then when you're ready, just hit generate prompt. And what it's going to do is combine everything into a very simple, basic markdown formatted prompt that's more digestible to the AI. And you can copy and paste it. So here's our prompt, a little bit cleaner, spells everything right, organizes it a little bit better. Overview, target audience, core features, technical requirements. Cool. Sweet. So we got this. And all you got to do is hit copy. Now you could just come right into Bolt and paste it. You could do that and probably get a pretty decent output, but we might just do that today. I don't know. Maybe we'll advance it a little bit, but I do want to show you guys how to like even build a stronger foundational prompt. And I'll probably build this into here, but for right now, go to ChatGPT, create a new chat. And I like to use this app called Whisper Flow where I can talk to text. And you're literally speaking and it changes it into text, your voice, and then you paste it into the IDE and it creates it. So we're speaking software into existence if you put it all together, which is insane to me. where I'm just talking and it's being created. But here we go. I'm going to use this whisper flow, this little add-on I have. It's a separate add-on. I highly recommend it. If your fingers get tired of typing, 100% get whisper flow. It's free.
Is this app in ChatGPT or is
Nope.
this
No,
like
I think it's a Mac.
It's a separate website. I think it's like whisperflow.com, and you go and download it. You can save it onto Mac. I think you can get it on PC as well, but it's just a separate app that's free to use. But I'm going to use it right now. So I'm going to speak, and I'm going to kind of frame this. So I'm going to give you my prompt, and I'm going to paste this prompt into an IDE called Bolt. Please make this prompt more digestible for an IDE to create and add any added specifications or features or details you feel are necessary to create a better foundational prompt for Bolt. So then I spoke to text all that. Sometimes you want to read it, but Whisper usually does pretty good at picking up my voice. And then I'll paste my prompt that I got from itlworkshop.com, paste it. Now I'm going to build a stronger prompt. Now you want it in Markdown. My AI, my ChatGPT already knows I like Markdown, so it just does it automatically. It doesn't usually do that for most people, but for me it knows because I do this a lot. Markdown is just a more digestible format for AI to read and more clear. So now it expanded it a little bit more, and it bolded a few things. It just kind of like, I guess, over-explained what I'm trying to do. It added UI specs. It kind of just made it a little beefier, a little optimized. So what I'll do is I'll hit copy. You kind of want to read this through. Typically, make sure it didn't add anything weird. Okay. It's a mobile app. Okay, cool. So it already knows to use a hiking public API. So cool. The app is with display ads. So what's nice about knowing your monetization strategy from the beginning is so your foundation has space for whether it's a freemium app, if you're going to have ads, whatever. It's just kind of like built knowing what you're creating. You could always go back in later and be like, hey, I want to do ads on my app. And then, code it or program it like that. But if you know from the beginning, cool. If you don't know how you're going to monetize it, then just leave out the monetization and you can add that later. So don't stress over that. But this just gives us a nice foundational app prompt. So let's go into Bolt. And let's just tell it what we're trying to do. We'll just paste this in here. And it most likely is going to code it with Expo, which is a React Native. And I don't want to get all crazy with you, but React Native just means you can use this app on iPhone and you can use it on Android. It's one code that you can use on both platforms. In the past, you had to like code apps separately. Like we had to pay to have it coded for Apple and we had to pay to have it coded for Android. With React Native, you can do it. You do one code, it works on both. So that's just a little nugget for you guys. Cool. So let's hit enter, sit back, vibe, and watch Bolt do its magic. Now, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes typically. Bolt's pretty fast. It could be faster. Sometimes you get errors on your first prompt, and that's totally normal because you're asking it to do a lot. The more you ask it to do, the more likely you're going to run into errors. When you're prompting it, moving forward, you kind of want to do one concept at a time, maybe two. But when you ask it to do a lot, you're bound to run into errors. But sometimes it just works out and it makes the initial product pretty fast, pretty smooth. So it's just a hit or miss. You never know. AI itself is just a random button, so it kind of does what it feels would be best. And it fills in the gaps with what you tell it to do. So you just gotta see what it comes up with. So it looks like it's updating me here on what it's doing. If I click code, it's already building out all of this code, as you can see. Look at as it builds out code.
Really writing it. Yeah.
It's writing code in real time. Humans could never write this fast. So this is definitely challenging a lot of people that have developer type jobs. But what I say is just grow with the technology. Learn how to use tools like this if you're a developer, and leverage it, you know. So it's doing a lot. It's building out a ton of stuff. And I'm not an expert. I don't know what all this stuff is. I'm not a coder, and I don't need to know. That's the beauty of it, because you don't have to. You can build stuff with English. So your English words and screenshots is your new coding language. It's basically translating English words into code for you. That's what it's doing on the back end. And then it's an agent that's like, all right, cool. Here's what I did. I created a comprehensive Hike Me Maybe app that delivers a fun, gamified hiking discovery experience. The app features a smooth spinning wheel animation, location-based trail discovery, and engaging user interactions that encourage spontaneous outdoor adventures. The clean mobile design uses a white background with vibrant green accents, creating an inviting and energetic feel, perfect for outdoor enthusiasts. All right, sweet. So we can look at the preview. Let's see if it shows it. It typically doesn't until I refresh it. So let's hit refresh and see if it'll come up with the preview. Cool. It's generating something. Boom. Wow. That's actually better than anticipated. All right.
It wants to know your location too.
It wants to know my location because it needs to for the app. So very, very cool. So we have our preview here. This is on one prompt. It even created an advertisement space for Google. And with Google AdSense, you can just pay Google and they'll put any ad there. So you don't have to talk to a bunch of ad companies and be like, do you want to feature your company on my hiking app called Hike Me Maybe? Like, you don't have to do all that. You could just use Google AdSense. Cool. Tells you how it works. Spin the wheel to get a random trail. You have 24 hours to complete it. Earn points. Complete the hike. Use filters to customize your adventure. All right. Should we give it a go?
Let her rip.
There's an advertisement up here too. What kind of? Oh, look at this. Let's do this first. Yeah. All right. So we can set our trail distance. Very cool. Very cool. Let's give it some space. I don't know. 40 miles. Apply filters. You have a little trophy up here. And now if you change it here, you can kind of see what it looks like on mobile. It's got like a built-in mobile view. It's kind of cool. Pixel, Galaxy. All right. Cool, cool, cool. And then if you want to view it on your actual desktop, you hit this button so that you can view it there, connect to project, and then you're going to be able to view it here. It's going to look weird. Actually, it looks okay. And ask for my location again. All right. This is bigger, so let's do it on here. All right, trails. I don't even know if it'll work. We'll hit spin, see what happens. Oh, cool. It actually created an animation. You have 24 hours to complete your hike. Wow, that looks clean. Meadowbrook Trail.
44 points.
All right, guys. 9-mile hike. It's 20 miles away. Summit City, 123 Trailhead. So what these IDEs like to do is include mock data to give you a good, clear visual of what is going on the app. And then you can always go in and recode it and be like, all right, stop using mock data. Let's use real data. Here's an API for Google Earth or whatever. And then it'll start using real data. So it doesn't take long to connect APIs and make your app come to life.
It doesn't look like Arizona to me.
Yeah, I don't think this is 19 miles away. All right, I'm really curious to see
I hit it 4 times.
If I do it 4 times. So let's see what else it finds. Rock Canyon Trail, hard. It's cool. It gives you like a hard mode.
We're all on Nature Trail Lane too. It's good.
Nature Trail Lane. That makes sense. One more time. Spin, Hidden Lake Trail. All right, spin again. It should make fun of me. You better make fun of me and it better be good. Just pick one already.
Oh, it's easy now. It switched it to easy.
All right. Well, at least give me an easy one. 1.6 miles. All right.
Same photo.
If I hit more info. Oh, okay. Google's it for me. Use precise location. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, very cool.
It's a good start.
Good start. It's got settings. This is like almost a fully done app, which is crazy. All I would change is like, yeah,
Dark
make
mode.
this real, make it actually
Yeah.
real and based on your location. Maybe I'll throw some Google AdSense in here and
then you just go back into your prompts and then tell it what you want to change.
yep. So let's do that real quick. So we have an idea of what to do. So let's go back in here. I got my prompt down here. I can add a photo, upload files. I love to add screenshots if I can. It gives it more context.
Add dark mode.
Yeah, so we can, I like that. That's a good add. So we'll do that. But I'll talk about this a little bit. Discussion mode. Sometimes you want to talk to the agent, the AI assistant, and you don't want it to go change code every time. You just say, hey, I had a question about this. If I were to add this API, would this work? You know, or if I were to do this, what would happen? Or give me the direct link to this page.
Do you know if the chat costs tokens or is it free?
It does. You know, everything it does. It probably doesn't cost as much because you're not coding anything, but it'll cost something.
Okay.
I pay $25-30 a month for Bolt. They may have increased their prices. I think they may have increased it to $50 a month. I don't know, but I paid 30. But it's worth it, dude. It's like, how much are you gonna pay a developer? I paid developers hundreds of thousands, so I'll pay $30 all day to create software.
Actually, Pro is only $20 a month right now, but you can get more tokens. I think it's $50 for the 26 million tokens.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah,
that's insane, insanely cheap.
Yep.
So I would pay for it. I would do that. And if yeah. So anyway, oh, there's a prompt library now. This is new with Bolt. If you click prompt library, it will give you
nice.
It'll assist you on some different prompts. Yeah. So I haven't actually used this yet, so you could experiment with that. Okay. So let's prompt it. I like John's idea. Dark mode. And that's literally all we have to really say. It's like create a dark mode option for this app and have a toggle button at the
I'll put it like, just put it in the settings or something. Like
okay, toggle button.
Filters. Maybe
the top middle, like right here, maybe.
You want it? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking under the gear icon, but you could do it there too.
You know what would
that's you're right. It's a trail filter though, so I guess it doesn't really fit.
Yeah, let's just do it in the top. Oh, it's like popping up. All right. So in the top middle, so we can see it, and
at the top. Button at
the top middle, yeah. And even if you spell stuff wrong, it figures it out. It knows what you're talking about most of the time. Now, this is a very short, simple prompt. It's smart enough where I can figure this out. If you're going to do something a little bit more advanced and ask it to do multiple things, just use executive communication. Be very clear because it can't read your mind. So over-explain sometimes. Get in the habit of over-explaining because you're going to get a better output versus being lazy with your prompts and getting shitty outputs. So this is a pretty simple ad. So it should be able to figure this out with just a prompt like this. But you might want to over-explain, like in dark mode, the background is black instead of white.
And if you want, you could run it through ChatGPT again, just to
yeah. And actually, what's cool? I'm glad you said that. What's cool about a Bolt is there's a enhanced prompt mode. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I'm just going to copy this. But enhanced prompt, it automatically is going to take that and enhance it for you.
It gives it a role. You are a UX developer.
But sometimes, here's the thing: it's too much overkill sometimes, and you don't need to do all that. So I'm actually not going to use that.
Uses more tokens,
probably. So I'll just do that. We'll see what happens. And then I'll show you guys a few other features in Bolt, but let's see what happens. Let's run it. Okay, here it goes. If you go to the code, it should be code and stuff. Yep, app TSX. That's coding a whole backend, black mode, dark mode. So it's really cool. If it does this in one prompt, that'll be pretty cool. It should be able to, but it's hit or miss sometimes. You don't know. You do have the option to use the terminal down here, which is great if you're a little bit more advanced. All right, now it's updating me. So what it's doing is basically going to each component and creating a darker version of it, and then configuring it all to when you toggle, it will switch to the darker version. So see how user-friendly Bolt is? Like, it's so simple. Like, that's why I like it for simple projects like this. But if you're going to do something crazy, you probably want to use Tempo.
Can you export your code, not just GitHub, but can you export it to like a package for Android or Apple? Do they have that option for exporting?
It won't go right to Android or right to Apple, because Android or Apple, they yeah, it just won't go right to them. It's only GitHub. So
This is very similar to Lovable then.
very similar, yeah, right to
Almost the
GitHub.
same.
Yep, Supabase integration. So Supabase, that's just, we'll go to Supabase, create a database. It's actually free for a couple of projects. I think after 2 projects you have to pay, but it's actually free. You create a database and then you just integrate it into your app here.
If your app takes off,
Actually,
you'll have to
looks
pay
like you
for,
can export.
storage and stuff.
You might be able to export it now. That's a new feature. So if I hit download, yeah, you actually can export.
So what did it give you though? What's the export file?
Let's find out. It's a zip
It's a
file.
zip.
Everything you need. Yeah, your whole,
Yeah,
most of it. Oh,
it's not packaged, but yeah, it's just your code.
it's all your code. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, that's what it would.
It's a little
I would
different.
expect.
Well, for like Android, you would need like an AAV package, so it like compiles it all.
Oh yeah, yeah. Android's a little different. You'll just have to convert it with like the Android software. But cool. Let's see if it worked.
I'll give you a little move.
Boom. That actually looks better than a toggle. It's like, well, it is still toggle, but it's
Yeah.
an icon toggle.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very, very simple, very clean. Works perfectly well. One simple prompt. Pretty amazing. If you ask me how easily he was able to do that. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome. This is probably one of the simplest creations, and it's a simple idea. So it can create stuff like this. If you want to get more advanced, you're going to run into more errors. So I want to talk about errors because you're going to get errors with more advanced stuff. And most people give up and they get frustrated, or they're like, they get caught in a loop where the AI is just like not figuring it out. And you got to be patient. You got to use your resources. You have to maybe sometimes take a break, come back, and then try again and prompt it differently, or say, hey, my hack is like, hey, get creative with this. Try something different than you did last time when you tried to solve this problem. So I might even make a whole video on solving problems and tech issues with this. But for now, just having that basic information and overcoming your issues that you run into, that's what makes you a good vibe coder versus an amateur, right? It's someone who's using your resources. And maybe you go to Claude, maybe you go to ChatGPT, you say, hey, I'm getting this error and Bolt can't figure it out. And then maybe you get a better answer from them. So just be resourceful, be patient. The people that are going to make money with this are the people that overcome the frustrations and actually follow through. And it feels good when you solve a big problem. It feels really good. If you try like 50 times and you finally solve it, like finally, so
Yeah.
that's going to happen. Just be aware of that. We got lucky, didn't run into any errors somehow, but that's not usually the case.
You can try to create one by making a really complicated prompt or something.
Yeah.
What's that tool you use? It's something router. It uses like the same prompt against all the AI models.
Yeah. So that's a little bonus tool. It's called Open Router, I believe.
Open Router, yeah.
So this is Open Router. It charges you tokens, but you can pick like best coding models. Now it'll use Claude, Gemini, Grok, and DeepSeek. And when I chat here, it's going to actually answer me with all 4 models, but it'll be 4 separate answers. And it's not the cheapest thing to do. So keep in mind it costs money. But you can, at least you don't have to have accounts on all 4 of them to use them. And it'll just give me responses on all of them. Another nice thing about OpenRouter is that you can get API keys for all of them. You have one API key that works for all of them. And that's more advanced. That's when we get into N8N. That's when we get into make.com, where we can build back-end automations like the engine of your software and plug it into your app and make your app 10 times more powerful.
Yeah.
But just a quick, I want to keep this 101 surface level, but yeah, OpenRouter is a really cool tool if you haven't used it. All right, let's go back to our app. Hike Me Maybe. I'm honestly going to use this. If we get this working, I'm going to honestly use it next time I go hiking. Next time I go up north. Cool. So I want to show you guys a couple more things on Bolt here. And then, yeah, we're at the top of the hour, so I'm going to wrap this up here soon. But if you go to settings, apparently I have Pro. Go to settings. You can manage your applications. Look like Figma is new. That's cool. You can connect that. Netlify, that's how you host it or deploy it if it's a website. And that's really easy to do, like super simple to actually from A to Z idea to having it deployed and on a website is very simple, which is Netlify helps a lot with that. Backups. So this is so you can load a backup. It'll list out all your backups here. So it's kind of hard to find, but you have to go to settings, go here. If you screwed up or the AI screwed up, it's not working, just go to your last load of it and reload that. So that's key to know when you're doing this. And it looks like you can add a team. You have to pay extra to add a team. But the difference between this and, let's say, Temple Labs lets you add a team member without having some super fancy thing. So very surface level, basic 101 overview, A to Z. We built an app. I think it's pretty cool. I like the name. I like that it makes fun of you. I like the dark mode. Maybe I'll keep this. We'll see. But I just wanted to give you guys enough tools to make you dangerous, where you can go off today and start building stuff and have some fun. And I'll leave it at this. Join the group if you haven't already. Introduce yourself. Get involved. I want the best of the best vibe coders in the world all in this group. itlnocode.com. Click here. Post a photo of yourself, why you're excited, and just comment below. I got to start it off so you kind of model after me. Please do this. I want to get the group popping, get it engaged. I'm going to drop little nuggets, more tools, more resources, more ideas. All the trainings are in here. So if you're wondering when the next training is, click events. And I'm doing them every Wednesday. I have it already set. Every Wednesday we'll do a vibe coding 101 or some type of like group vibe coding where we just like hang out, make friends, create some cool stuff, and like we're playing a video game together kind of thing. So that's the plan.
Jack, what was the URL for the website where you went in and it had like Bolt IDE and the other?
Yep. Yeah,
websites?
it's itlworkshop.com. So I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it there in the chat. And I'll post it in the group as well. So
Thank
you have it, but I'll put it in the Zoom chat. So definitely save that.